The IU Hoops halftime report, the first halftime report of the season here, as we are at halftime of Indiana's exhibition game with Southern Indiana. The Hoosiers leading at 39-20, went on a little 12-5 run there at the end of the first half to really push that lead out. And, I think, look, the story of the first half, I think, is the way that Romeo Langford started it and the way that Rob Phinisee ended it. At the beginning of the game, Indiana's offense was really sluggish, didn't get any points through the first couple of minutes. And what really got him going there early in the game was turning defense into offense, and it was Romeo, who had 3 early steals. One of them he had to dive on the ground to poke it out. He dove on the ground later, too. It's nice seeing a guy that kind of has that level of hype, that is still willing to get on the ground and mix it up like he was there in the first half. And so that kind of got Indiana going, got them the lead that they would then kind of nurse over the next 12 minutes. And then it was, 31-20, and or 30-19. And Rob Phinisee just kind of took over. He knifed into the lane and got fouled. He ended up getting an and one. Then he made a 3-pointer on the next possession, and sandwiched in between that was a great example of help defense where he slid over, took a charge, forced that turnover from Southern Indiana, and that segment right there. Then obviously the 3-pointer by Fitzner there at the end pushed the lead out to 19, what it is now at halftime. But that segment right there really put some space between Indiana and Southern Indiana, and it was really keyed by Rob, who played a lot of minutes. Rob played 18 minutes in the first half. He and Romeo led the team in minutes. Now, obviously, that might not have been the case if if Devontae Green was healthy. But for his first action out there in the first half to, go 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and to have the timely buckets that he had and to kind of be the steadying presence for an offense that was struggling, that's a really good sign. I saw Andy Bottoms make mention of possibly wanting to become the president of the Rob Phinisee fan club. Apparently Jordan Wells has already claimed it. I think they both need to hold off. I've been talking about Phinisee for a while. I think maybe I want to hop on that fan club. But a really nice first half from him. For Romeo, I thought, forced a couple of shots at times, but his activity was good. His defense was really good. And overall, just in terms of the trends, we heard Archie talk in his media availability about how the defense is ahead of the offense. We definitely saw that for 20 minutes tonight here through the first half. Indiana scored 1.08 points per possession. Southern Indiana scored 0.556. Now, it's a Division II school and not a great Division II school at that. They have a couple of good shooters, but they don't have the skill and the length to be able to compete with this Indiana team. So Indiana did to them defensively what they should have done defensively, and obviously we hope to see more of that in the second half. In terms of negatives, the outside shooting wasn't good, as Indiana only goes 3 of 10 from downtown. That was buoyed by making their last 2. It was an even rougher start, but nice that, or 2 out of their last 3 with Rob and Fitzner. The free throw shooting started out pretty poor, 4 for 8, but they made, I think, 4 of their next 5, so it ended up at 8 for 13. That's still not good enough, and so you obviously hope to see that be a little bit better. Juwan Morgan in the first half had 6 points, a couple of boards. I didn't think he was kind of as active and assertive as I thought he was going to be in the first half. I think he did a really nice job taking that one rebound that he got coast to coast, getting the bucket. But I'd like to see him be a little bit more assertive offensively, especially when things are struggling. I thought he was just a little bit passive. Almost to me kind of looked like, the old guy that's been around the block. This game doesn't count. I'm not gonna go crazy here in this exhibition game, and that's fine. But probably could have seen a little bit more out of him. Justin Smith was really active early, 7 points, but picked up a couple of fouls. Didn't play a whole lot after that. So look, obviously, on the post game show, we'll be able to go through every guy. The other thing that was great to see was De'Ron Davis back out there, had a nice offensive rebound where he actually had to, kind of take a step to get it. It was nice to see him be able to move that way, but picked up a couple of fouls. You can kind of tell that he's still getting ready to be back playing in a game, getting his body back on balance, getting his conditioning back going. So all in all, I think some positives to take. The defense looks good. It looks active. It looks coherent, which it certainly wasn't at this point in the season last year. And your 2 freshmen, who that you're going to count on for a lot, were probably your 2 steadiest players in this game. Guess you could look at that one of 2 ways, but for me, I'm going to take that as a positive because those 2 guys, the moment their first time out at Simon Scott Assembly Hall, no jitters, didn't get the best of them. They were really good and they led this team. So hopefully in the second half, we get a little bit more balanced contributions, especially on the offensive end across the roster. And we will be here on the postgame show to break it all down for you. Andy will be here. Ryan will be here for you, our first postgame show of the season. We're really looking forward to it. So we hope that you'll join us, and we'll talk to you soon. Go Hoosiers.